There comes a moment in every life when the weight of staying the same becomes heavier than the fear of change. Maybe you felt it, the stirring deep inside that tells you there is more, that you were not meant to live in the same cycle of struggles, doubts, and regrets. But change, real, lasting change, doesn't happen by accident. It requires a decision, a turning point, a willingness to let go of what was and step into what could be. True transformation starts with recognizing the need for change. Many people go through life unaware of how deeply they are stuck in their ways. They wake up each morning, go about their routines, and assume that life will simply unfold as it always has. But there comes a moment when something feels off, when the path they have been walking no longer brings them peace, fulfillment, or purpose. It is in this moment that the whisper of change begins. Recognizing the need for change is not always easy. It requires a level of honesty that many avoid. It means looking at the patterns in your life, the choices you have made, the results you keep getting, and admitting that something needs to be different. This can be uncomfortable because it forces you to confront the truth. It forces you to see the areas where you have been settling, where you have been making excuses, and where you have been resisting growth. Some people ignore the signs. They feel the pull in their spirit, but they push it aside. They tell themselves that things are fine, that they can keep going as they always have. But deep down, they know the truth. They know that they were meant for more. They know that their current way of living is not leading them to where they are supposed to be. And yet, they stay stuck because change feels too big, too uncertain, too risky. The first step toward real transformation is acknowledging that the way things are is not the way they have to be. It is realizing that staying the same is a choice, just as much as changing is. Some people wait for rock bottom before they make a change. They wait until the pain of their situation is unbearable. They wait until life forces them to move. But it does not have to be that way. Change does not have to come from destruction. It can come from awareness. It can come from the quiet realization that you were created for something greater than the life you have been living. Often the greatest barrier to change is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But fear is not a reason to stay the same. Fear is a signal that you are standing at the edge of something new, something necessary. And if you can recognize the need for change, if you can accept that you are meant for more, then you are already taking the first step toward transformation. Change is not about fixing everything overnight. It is about making a decision to no longer be comfortable in places that are holding you back, a decision to no longer ignore the voice inside telling you to move forward, a decision to take responsibility for the direction of your life. Because the moment you recognize that change is needed, you are given a choice to remain as you are, or a choice to step into who you are meant to be. You cannot stay the same and expect a different future. Life does not change simply because time passes. It changes when you decide to take action, to grow, to evolve into the person you are meant to be. So many people desire a better life, greater success, deeper relationships, and stronger faith. Yet they continue doing the same things day after day, hoping that somehow things will improve on their own. But that is not how life works. You cannot keep making the same choices, thinking the same thoughts, and holding on to the same habits while expecting new results. People often blame their circumstances, waiting for something external to shift before they take action. They believe that if the world around them changes, then their lives will change too. But transformation does not begin on the outside, it begins within. The job you want, the opportunities you seek, the relationships you desire, they will not come simply because you wish for them. They come when you become the kind of person who is ready for them. You must be willing to let go of the old version of yourself that is not producing the future you want. Many resist change because they are comfortable in their routines. Even if those routines bring disappointment or struggle, they feel familiar. And familiarity can feel safer than the unknown. But comfort is often the greatest enemy of progress. You cannot cling to comfort and reach your highest potential at the same time. Growth requires discomfort. It demands that you step into situations that stretch you, challenge you, and force you to become more than you have been. Some people live in frustration, wondering why their lives are not changing. They pray for new doors to open, but refuse to walk away from the ones that lead nowhere. They hope for better relationships, but refuse to become better versions of themselves. They long for success but continue with the same mindset that has kept them stagnant. The truth is, life responds to those who are willing to move, to act, to become different. If you want a different future, you must be willing to do what you have not done before. Change is not about wishing for something better. It is about making different choices. It is about breaking free from the patterns that have held you back. It is about stepping into the unknown with faith, knowing that what lies ahead is greater than anything you are leaving behind. Fear will tell you to stay the same, to hold on to what is familiar, to resist the process of growth. But fear is not your guide, faith is. Every great transformation begins with a decision to stop waiting for change and start creating it, a decision to stop making excuses and start taking action, a decision to believe that your future is not determined by your past, but by what you choose to do today. Because the truth is, you cannot stay the same and expect a different future. Change begins when you surrender your old ways and embrace a new path. There comes a moment in every life when the weight of the past becomes too heavy to carry forward. The habits, the mindsets, the routines that once felt comfortable now feel like chains holding you back. You feel the call to grow, to step into something greater, but you cannot do that while clinging to what no longer serves you. Real transformation is not just about wanting something different. It is about letting go of the things that keep you from it. Many people desire change but struggle to release what is familiar. They hold on to old attitudes, harmful behaviors, and limiting beliefs because it is all they have ever known. Even when those things bring pain, there is a strange sense of security in the familiar. But you cannot step into a new season while dragging the burdens of the past with you. At some point, you have to decide that the future you want is worth more than the comfort of staying the same. Surrender is not weakness. It is not giving up. It is the act of recognizing that what once worked for you may no longer be enough. It is realizing that growth requires sacrifice. It means choosing to release control over things that have held you back and trusting that there is something better ahead. Too often, people resist change because they fear what they will lose. They worry about what they must leave behind, but they fail to see what they stand to gain. The truth is, the life you are meant to live cannot begin until you let go of the one you are trying to hold together. Some refuse to change because they are waiting for the right moment. They tell themselves they will start when they feel ready, when circumstances improve, when fear subsides. But there will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment when everything feels easy. Change is always uncomfortable. It requires stepping into uncertainty, trusting that even though you do not have all the answers, the decision to move forward is the right one. Letting go of the old does not mean forgetting where you came from. It means learning from it, growing beyond it, and choosing a path that leads to something greater. It means shifting your thoughts, your habits, and your actions in a way that aligns with the future you want to build. It means choosing faith over fear, purpose over excuses, and progress over stagnation. There is a better version of you waiting on the other side of surrender. A stronger, wiser, more fulfilled version of yourself. But you will never meet that person if you keep holding on to who you used to be. The moment you decide to embrace change, the moment you release the things that no longer serve you, is the moment you step into the life you were meant to live. Growth demands discomfort, and real change will never come from a place of ease. Too many people desire transformation but are unwilling to endure the process that comes with it. They want success without struggle, results without effort, and progress without sacrifice. But the truth is, nothing worth having comes without challenge. Every great breakthrough, every step toward a better future is forged in the fire of discomfort. It is in the moments of struggle that character is built, and it is through resistance that strength is developed. People often seek comfort because it feels safe. They avoid the difficult conversations, the hard decisions, and the necessary sacrifices because they do not want to feel the sting of discomfort. But staying comfortable is the fastest way to remain stagnant. The person who refuses to be stretched will never grow beyond where they are. The person who avoids difficulty will never reach their full potential. Comfort may feel good in the moment, but it does not produce growth. It does not create greatness. It does not lead to the kind of transformation that changes lives. Everything worthwhile requires a season of struggle. The athlete does not become great by avoiding exhaustion. The entrepreneur does not build success by avoiding risk. The person who wants a stronger body does not achieve it by staying in bed instead of pushing through the pain of training. Growth always comes with a price, and that price is discomfort. The road to change is not smooth. It is filled with obstacles, challenges, and moments that test your resolve. But that is the purpose of the process. It is meant to break the weak parts of you so that something stronger can be built in their place. Many give up the moment things get difficult. They take discomfort as a sign that they are on the wrong path, when in reality it is proof that they are moving in the right direction. Growth is not supposed to feel easy. It is supposed to stretch you, to challenge you, to push you beyond what you thought you were capable of. The pain of discipline, the discomfort of stepping into the unknown, the weight of responsibility, these are not signs of failure. They are signs of transformation. They are the markers of someone becoming more than they once were. Fear and doubt often try to convince people to stay where they are. The mind will seek to protect itself from difficulty, telling you to quit, to step back, to choose comfort over progress. But nothing significant is ever achieved by those who give in to fear. The only way forward is through. The only way to grow is to embrace the discomfort, to lean into the struggle, and to trust that on the other side of it lies something greater. Those who understand this truth do not run from difficulty. They welcome it, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future that awaits them. You will never become who you are meant to be if you refuse to let go of who you were. Holding on to the past, to old habits, to limiting beliefs will keep you trapped in a cycle of stagnation. Growth requires release. It demands that you loosen your grip on what no longer serves you, even when it feels familiar, even when it is difficult to walk away. Too many people cling to their old selves because change feels uncertain. They fear the unknown, so they settle for the comfort of what they have always known. But the life you desire, the person you are meant to become, exists on the other side of surrender. The past has a way of holding on, of whispering that you should stay the same, that you should not take the risk, that change is too hard. It reminds you of who you used to be, of the mistakes you made, of the limitations you once believed in. But you are not bound by your past. You are not defined by the choices you once made or the mindset you once had. You have the power to step into something new, to rewrite your story, to walk away from anything that is keeping you from becoming your highest self. Many people desire growth but refuse to release the things that are holding them back. They want success but hold on to the fear of failure. They want new opportunities but refuse to let go of old excuses. They want to move forward, but keep looking back. You cannot carry the weight of your past and expect to move freely into your future. At some point, you must decide that where you are going is more important than where you have been. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean ignoring the lessons you have learned or disregarding the experiences that shaped you. It means choosing to stop letting those things control you. It means deciding that your future deserves more than your past mistakes. It means refusing to let who you used to be dictate who you are becoming. Some people will try to remind you of your old self. They will expect you to stay the same, to fit into the mold they have always known. But you are not obligated to be the person others remember. You are allowed to grow, to change, to evolve into something greater. Fear will tell you that you are losing something by letting go. But the truth is, you are making room for something better. You cannot hold on to your old self and expect to step into the fullness of your potential. Transformation requires sacrifice. It requires courage. It requires faith in the process. The person you are meant to be is waiting, but you will never reach them if you keep looking back. You must decide to move forward, to release what is holding you down, and to embrace the person you are becoming. The greatest barrier to change is not the world around you, it is you. It is your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, the limits you place on yourself. People spend so much time blaming circumstances, waiting for the perfect opportunity, hoping for external validation. But real transformation begins when you take full responsibility for your life. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. If you want to change, if you want to grow, if you want to step into the life you were meant to live, it starts with you making the decision to take control. Too many people wait for the right moment. They tell themselves they will start when they feel ready, when they have more time, when life becomes easier. But that moment never comes. Time does not wait for you to feel ready. The conditions will never be perfect. You will never wake up one day without fear, without doubt, without discomfort. The difference between those who change and those who stay the same is not circumstances, it is choice. It is the decision to act in spite of fear. It is the refusal to let excuses dictate the direction of your life. The mind is powerful, but it can also be your greatest enemy. It will try to convince you that you are not capable, that you are not worthy, that you should settle for where you are. It will remind you of every failure, every moment of weakness, every reason you should stay in your comfort zone. But you are not your thoughts. You are not your past. You are not the person you used to be. You have the power to change the story you tell yourself. You have the ability to break free from old patterns, to rewire your mind, to become something greater. But no one can do it for you. Growth requires action. It is not enough to want something different. It is not enough to talk about change, to dream about success, to hope for a better future. You must step into it. You must wake up every day and make the choice to push forward, to challenge yourself, to do the hard things even when you do not feel like it. Discipline is not about motivation. It is about commitment. It is about deciding that your future is worth more than your excuses. No one is responsible for your growth but you. You can have mentors, support systems, opportunities, but at the end of the day, no one can force you to take action. You must be the one to decide that you are done staying the same. You must be the one to break the habits that are holding you back. You must be the one to step into the unknown, to trust the process, to believe that you are capable of more. The moment you stop waiting for someone else to change your life and take full responsibility for your own transformation is the moment everything begins to shift. Change is not something that happens to you, it is something you choose. It is a decision you make every single day to rise above your past, to push beyond your limitations, to step into the person you were meant to become. No one can walk this path for you. No one can force you to grow. But if you are willing to embrace the discomfort, to let go of the old, to take full responsibility for your life, then nothing can stop you. The power to transform is already within you. The only question is, will you use it? Thank you.